This is only my second term on the
Okay.
board of directors,
Are you one of the reformers?
but I'm number 5.
Okay, good.
Well,
Good.
we're not. We don't call ourselves the reformers. We're a
NRA
patriots.
All right.
We're the original patriots, and then a group called the reformers got very vocal, where
Right.
you never heard a word from us.
Mm.
I was.
We're going to save all this.
Oh, okay.
All right, before we start this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie, if you are new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because that's good for all YouTube stuff. If you are listening to the show in podcast form, please leave a positive review. That is good for podcast stuff. If you are looking for new cell service, go to Patriot Mobile and use the discount code RSWC to get a month. I think it's a month for free. And if you go to US Law Shield, you can sign up for 12 months and get 14 months, a total. So you get 2 months for free on US Law Shield. Put in the code RSWC. If you get something out of the show, if you like it, if you find it entertaining, please share it with your friends, because that is how we get the stagecoach across America. All right, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Today we are coming to you from the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I have with me NRA board member Janet Nyce. Janet, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, Charlie, this is so exciting. I watch you all the time.
Oh my God.
So I'm thrilled that I'm getting to ride with Charlie.
I love it when people say this. I hate saying I have the imposter syndrome, but I do run around and I'm like, nobody knows the show. I don't have
No.
I only have like 2,300 subscribers.
Oh, I share it all the time.
I hate to think that YouTube is like, shadow banning me or anything like this, but I run into a ton of people that have seen the show, that watch the show, that enjoy it, that dig it. And I'm like, the numbers don't reflect this. So I'm boggled every time somebody comes in and says they like the show and they watch it.
Oh my
So-
goodness, yeah. What
so
fun
thank
it
you.
is.
I know, right? I'm
Yeah.
trying to bring fun ownership to gun ownership.
Yeah.
I think this is my 4th year at the Great American Outdoor Show.
Wonderful.
Do we let the bus go? All right, that guy's not letting the bus go. So
I've been
I'm not letting
coming
the bus go.
probably for 30, 35 years,
Wow.
but it was the Eastern Outdoor Show.
Okay.
The NRA took it over probably
12 years ago is what I
13
heard?
years ago,
Right.
maybe. And I haven't missed one of those either. Brought our children out when they were kids. Now they're adults. They brought their children out.
Very cool.
It's one of the greatest things on the East Coast.
It is. And what I was telling people I was going to this, and I'm like, it's 9 days long. And they're like, you're staying for 9 days? I said, no, I'm going for a weekend.
Yeah.
I can't hang for 9 days.
The good thing is, though, you don't get the crud here like you do when you go to the
When
SHOT
I go to
Show.
SHOT Show. Yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness for small favors, right? All right. I think we're going to take a left here. All right. So tell us about you and how you became a gun gal, how you got in the gun biz, how you got into the
It's a
board
fun
of directors.
story. It's a fun story. Went to high school with my husband. He was raised on a farm, hunted and trapped. We dated. He showed me how to shoot a shotgun one time. He said, put it here, look down there and pull that. And it knocked me on my butt. It was a 10 gauge.
Yeah.
And I was horrified.
And you still dated him.
And then we were planning to get married. We went and got our marriage license. And then we took this long ride and landed up at the Pennsylvania Game Commission. I said, what are we doing?
Right.
And he said, you're going to hunt with me. And,
Oh my.
I thought, I don't know about that. So we went in, and in those days you didn't have to take a hunter-trapper safety course. I went in, got a license. We spent our honeymoon in a very primitive hunting camp, hunting grouse in the snow. No dogs, just the two of us. And again, a shotgun that was way too big for me.
Mm-hmm.
So then he started bragging to his friends, my wife's a hunter and she knows how to shoot. She can teach your wife how to shoot. Well, I thought, oh dear Lord, I can't even do this properly myself.
Right.
So someone said, you know about the NRA, they have classes. So I went and I took a basic shotgun class, then I took a basic rifle class. And I got more involved, and I did start teaching a lot of women how to shoot. And then I felt a little guilty because I knew the NRA had very strict rules and really professionally designed courses. So I became a certified instructor.
Nice.
For shotgun, pistol, rifle. I've kind of let the rifle go. The big thing is shotguns and pistols. Pistols especially.
Mm-hmm.
Pistol classes are always packed.
Awesome.
And then the Game Commission got in touch with me, and since I was one of their hunters, and they started the Becoming an Outdoor Woman program. And I taught Hunting 101 and helped with the shotgun classes. Did that until they turned it over to the National Wild Turkey Federation for women in the outdoors. And then I started actually running events, which was fabulous. They were highly popular. They seem to have kind of drifted away, but they brought incredible numbers of women to the outdoors into their own right, and to be happy and safe and very busy with firearms of whatever kind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So those were some of my real joys. I'm a good shooter because I practice a lot.
Yeah.
One, being a woman, and I don't know if it's just being a woman, but I'm very soft-hearted. I cry easily, and I cannot tolerate wounding my prey.
Mm.
That was probably the most disconcerting thing for me as a young hunter in my 20s, without a lot of experience under my belt.
Yeah.
I misshot one of my deer, and it was terrible. So that changed my whole attitude and changed my life.
Really?
I started taking every course I could. I started reading all the outdoor magazines. I learned how to shoot up and down and windage, and why do I want a certain caliber? Why do I want a certain grain of bullet?
Right.
I mean, I really put myself into this and then started sharing that information.
Are you hunting with a shotgun? Are you hunting with a rifle? You're hunting deer?
I hunt with a shotgun of several kinds,
Mm-hmm.
depending on, I like 28 gauge for quail and, you know, small.
Small game. Yeah.
And of course I have beautiful guns. I love my guns. I love sporting clays. I love skeet.
Mm-hmm.
I hunt with a rifle. I have a custom-made 280 that I absolutely love for most Pennsylvania. It's perfect.
Yeah.
When I go west and Canada and stuff like that, I've used a 338, which is another beautiful custom gun made for a woman, and have harvested some awesome animals. I love my guns. I have probably 13 pistols.
Nice. What's your
All
favorite?
the rainbow colors and
Oh, that's
camo
cool.
colors and
That's great.
yeah, different calibers for those also. I do carry. I have a carry permit.
Nice.
I'm.
Can I ask what you carry?
I carry a snub nose, hammerless, stainless steel, 38.
Yeah.
And
Is it
the
a Smith?
reason I do is because I can have that in my purse.
Gotcha.
And I can stick my hand in my purse and point my purse if I'm, right here having an issue,
Right.
and I can pull the trigger. I love my 9mm, my semis,
Yeah.
but they've got to be racked.
Right.
And I'm not walking around with a racked gun in my purse. So I love that little puncher.
Excellent. Is it a Smith?
It's a Smith & Wesson, yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Something happened to me at the beginning of January.
Uh-oh.
I went shooting New Year's Day. Before I became a gun guy, I in my mind I always thought that I would want to carry a snub nose revolver. So once I got a license and I could carry, that's what the goal was.
Yeah.
So for 20 years, I carried a 637.
Okay.
In 38 special, right?
Yep. 38.
A year and a half ago, I went to a gunsmith and I had him bob the hammer.
Oh.
I have a hammerless 357 as well as the 38. I had him cut the bob the hammer off, and I carried that.
Oh,
and
for
I
heaven's sake.
went to the range on New Year's Day in 2026, and I was misfiring a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I would look at the shell cases, and I would see the firing pin hit the primer on the, like, not in the center, on the edge.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not. So I took it to my gunsmith, and he's like, this is known and this happens. And he's like, if I was going to fix it, it would cost more money to just buy a new one. So I wore a Smith out. I wore my 38 out, and I've been carrying the other one since then until I can replace it. But I'm a little torn. I'd like to get one of the bodyguard style ones,
Yeah.
with the shrouded hammer, because I think that might be a cool option. But until then, I'm carrying my, I think it's a 340 PD. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Guns are fun.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I am trained by the NRA, and I'm very strict about it. The safety aspect is my top priority. But what I love is to watch in my classes women that come to my classes with fear, and they leave with a shopping list. Then I know we hit our mark.
Right.
I was in a gun shop one day, and a husband of a woman that had just taken my class came in the gun shop, and he had a little list. And I knew Darlene came home and said, I want this, 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 and this.
Right.
So I'm standing back of an aisle, and he's talking to the guy, and I'm going, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. He goes, Janet, Nyce, I could just kiss you. I thought he was going to say, wring your neck. But,
Right.
and that to me is my payment for doing my job well and getting people to have the confidence and the excitement of having a firearm. Because they're a lot of fun. You can go, shoot cans or targets. And then if you so choose, if you feel you can take this step into the hunting fraternity, it's the more prepared you are, the better a hunter you are. And I've been hunting for 61 years.
God bless you. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
We've hunted all over. It's wonderful.
So I thought, as a new gun owner 20 years ago, 23 years ago, 25 years ago, I guess, I thought the path was to become a gun guy and then become a hunter. And so, like I said, I did the Hunt Red class.
Yeah.
The year that I got divorced, I went dove hunting with a friend of mine.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, because I figured I'm happily divorced. The first thing I want to do is kill the bird of love and eat it, right? And I thought that was the thing to do.
Oh no!
So I went back to the Midwest. I live in New England. I went back to the Midwest with one of my childhood friends. I shot a squirrel. I shot a dove within 20 minutes on the first morning.
Oh.
Then we sat around for 2 days and shot nothing else.
Yeah.
And so he pulls the squirrel out, and he's like, oh, this one's bad. It's got a black tongue. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, he laughs at me and says it means nothing.
It means, yeah, see, he's pulling your tail.
Totally. And then then I said, well, what do we do with it now? And so he, cuts its hands and feet off, twists its head off, slices the skin, pulls the meat out, and then he just takes the guts and, scoops it up with his finger and throws it on the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, that's sensory overload. I don't think I could do this. And then, of course, he laughs at me, and then he does it himself. And afterwards, I was like, all I needed was a push. That's all I need.
Yeah.
All I needed, because
that actually was my first big game animal, was a gray squirrel.
Yeah.
And I had sat down on a log and was just sitting very quietly. My husband left me alone, and suddenly here comes that little gray squirrel, and he twisted and turned, running up and down the tree, and I'm putting my shotgun up, but this is what's happening.
Oh, sure.
I was shaking. I said, you'd have thought it was a 12-point buck or
right.
something. And
right.
I'm shaking
buck
like
fever's
crazy.
a thing. You're not sure squirrel fever is.
And I shot it, and it fell to the ground. And of course, the first thing I did was cry. And then I ran over and I picked it up. And then I'm in the woods all by myself going, oh, I got him. I got him. Oh. And I couldn't believe how I couldn't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
It was a real trademark. And then I got really big into bird hunting, and we have had Brittany's pretty much our whole married life. But as time went along, I started dragging women to the camps to learn, like the American Wilderness Leadership out in Jackson, Wyoming. I did that for 14 years. That Safari Club owned that. They had a specific week that was to teach nuts to bolts. the NRA, and how I got into that was the NRA had a big game school
Mm-hmm.
that was run by their hunter services. And I went out, I was getting ready to go to Alaska on my first sheep hunt. And I had to go alone because my husband was going to be in British Columbia on his sheep hunt. And I thought, can I do this alone? Do I have the tools? I'm from the East.
Yeah.
Do I have the tools to do this? So I went to their camp, which was held out in Jackson. It was fabulous. So the next year I took 5 more women. The next year I took 5 more women. Unfortunately, that they changed some of their things and that disappeared from the itinerary. But there's just was so many tools to get people to be good at their craft.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't. And with my young people that I mentor, I'm very big into mentoring. And to me, I keep telling them, you don't have to ever pull that trigger. You're going to have the day of your life being out here, seeing nature, learning about nature, seeing what nature teaches you. And if it isn't right, don't take the shot.
Right.
And don't let anyone pressure you into taking that shot. And I learned all that pretty much through the NRA classes as a young and very curious hunter. So it's led me down a journey path that has been incredible.
No kidding.
The people that I have met through the hunting communities, the shooting communities, they are so down to earth. They see life in very strong general terms.
Mm-hmm.
Basic, honest terms, American terms. I love working with wounded warriors, on and on and on. But if you really invest yourself in your firearm,
Mm-hmm.
there is a whole world out there for you to get involved in. Be a volunteer.
Totally. I think this is a one-way street. This is a one-way street.
Yes.
This is why I put the hood cam on.
Yes, you're good. Look at the river. Look at the
Isn't
look at
this,
this.
this is amazing, huh?
And when that stuff breaks up, it makes more noise than you can imagine.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so you've been an NRA instructor, you've taken the classes, been an instructor, you're getting women involved, you've been doing the women shooting programs. How does all of this lead to getting onto the board of directors?
Well, I was invited probably 10, 12 years ago to come on,
Mm-hmm.
but I was very involved in the women's leadership program of the NRA, and I was very involved in that, and we were really pushing with education to bring women to the NRA, let them understand it's your NRA. You have a home here.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't your husband's, this is yours.
Right.
And I just was so involved in that. I did a lot of speaking things and traveled different states to help host events. I just didn't feel like I could do both, because if I do something, I'm in up to my nose.
You're all in.
So I kept turning it down, but I'll be finished my second term probably next year. The NRA, I'll sound like the Irish, the NRA had the troubles.
Mm.
And I was not aware, not being on the board and having all that information, I wasn't aware how bad the troubles were.
Right.
So once I started digging and investing my time and finding out what was going on, I decided I need to be part of the solution. I don't like to be a troublemaker. I don't like to spread gossip.
Mm-hmm.
I go, what's the problem? Okay, let's fix it.
Right.
So I joined a group. We called ourselves the Patriots. I was number 5, which is a lucky number for me. And we worked really hard to bring the NRA back to her glory. She stands for so much. And I had a man ask me on the floor yesterday, why do I want to be a member of the NRA? Because I asked him, he said, no, I'm not. I said, well, let me help you. I'll take you right over and we'll get you signed up.
Right.
He said, why do I want to be a member? I said, because it gives you a voice.
Mm.
I'm not going to offer you a hat. I'm not going to offer you a knife. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a voice.
Yeah.
A place at the table with millions of other gun owners to have a voice. And he looked at me. He said, nobody ever said that to me before. he said, my grandfather was a member of the NRA his whole life. And I said, well, he'd be very proud of you today if you sign up.
Nice.
So he did.
Very cool.
Every drop of bucket will fill the bucket.
Yeah, totally.
But to me, it's more important. I'm not interested in stuff, prizes or stuff. There's so many people. I live in a rural area. They would never think of going down to Washington and talking to a legislator. They don't even come here to Harrisburg to talk to a legislator. And it's so simple to do. They work for us.
Right.
They work for us.
That's a mind change sort of thing.
Yeah.
That people need
And
to
they
pick up
need to
on.
understand the 2A is number 2, along with number 1, the most important things for our freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really care that much, be a voice. So I actually held a little class at a small gun club in Perry County and showed the people how to write a letter to your legislator. First paragraph is about who you are, where you're from, and why you're coming to them.
Mm-hmm.
Second paragraph is your problem, your issue. Third problem is a solution. Not I'm going to come after you.
Right.
Not I'm going to get your job. I think if you tried this, or I would be willing to sit on a committee, give them a solution. Make it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Make copies. Send it once a week for a month. Because the
Nice.
first one will go in the trash.
Right.
The second one will probably go through. The third one, you're going to get an answer. But it's hard to get the majority of people. I don't want to get involved. I don't want people calling me.
Right. I don't want to.
I don't want people threatening me.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go to meetings. So every time someone they see my nameplate and they go, "What's the NRA doing about?" Blah, blah, blah. I say, "And what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you've done in your area. Then maybe I can figure out a way to help you do more." I turn it around on them. They want other people to do their own, I guess, fiduciary duty, their own American right. Do it. What the heck?
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't cost a thing to speak up.
It doesn't. And you do end up feeling better about yourself because you end up feeling like you're doing something.
Yeah.
And when you end up becoming, I hate air quotes, you end up becoming an expert in that particular topic. I heard someone say a couple of years ago, they're like, you want to find out how to get a politician to pay attention to you? Go out and go campaigning with them 3 or 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
And get to know them so that when they start to say, hey, listen, there's a gun bill that's coming up. You know what? Janet's been out with me 4 or 5 times to go door knocking. I'm going to give her a call.
I do it. I do it every time.
Yeah.
My Senator Greg Rothman is a life member of the NRA. My House Rep Perry Stombaugh is a life member of the NRA. They host concealed carry programs. They host other women's programs for me. But I, in turn, help them get reelected because they do their job. They fight for freedom. They follow the rules of American society and not all this crazy, goofy stuff that's been coming up in the last couple of years.
Oh my gosh.
But it turns into a full-time job. It's really funny. I have a full office at home. My husband and I ran a concrete business down in Montgomery County. Mm-hmm. And in 2002, my eldest son, who was working in the company, came in with a dolly. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, and he looked like he was going to faint. He said, I'm to take your filing cabinet and your other stuff to the house. I said, what? He goes, well, Dad says he's sick of you doing all your wildlife stuff in his office, and then I'm to take it all back to the house.
Oh my goodness.
So I have a full office, very active in the Game Commission and the Fish Commission.
Yeah.
And Department of Natural Resources right here in Harrisburg, because we all hold hands and touch the same items. Mm-hmm. Those agencies all are in charge of the natural resources of the Commonwealth. And through that, hunters use those properties and fishermen use those properties. So we have a great connective community here. I get invited to a lot of open houses and things like that where they talk about we think we want to try this. You know, how do you think the NRA will feel about that?
Right.
Then I take that back to our lobbyist. If he's not, happens not to be there, they usually are. But it just became a life. And someone said, well, you're retired, right? Yeah. And well, what do you do with yourself besides make quilts? I said, I'm a professional volunteer. They go, what does that mean?
Right.
I said, it means I spend probably 30 to 40 hours a week working for some organization or another and giving that joyfully because of the life it's given me.
Right.
And I want to see my great-grandchildren when they arrive have the same opportunity, the same freedoms, the same access that I have had in my adult life. I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah, for sure.
What a sight that is.
I know, it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I came up this road last night
Yeah.
in the quest for parking, and they had some
I protested there a few times for gun rights.
Did you?
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had some red lights on it. Looked really cool.
Inside is absolutely magnificent. I've been in a lot of capitals, and I think we have one of the most beautiful capitol buildings.
It's right downtown too. Like, it's right here.
Yes, it is.
This is really cool.
I ran the YES program for the NRA. This is a funny story. It's a 4-day program for sophomores and juniors in high school.
Mm-hmm.
We brought 25 kids to a place, and it's called the Youth Education Summit, or the YES.
Mm-hmm.
And on the last day, I would bring them to the Hill. We had set up appointments with their very own legislators to have a one-on-one talk, and we would have two items that might affect youth in some way. It was a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had 3 young homeschooled people with us 1 year. And as we're getting ready to get on the bus to come over here, I said, uh-oh. And out of my purse, I pulled a big knife and I laid it on the table. And I said, anybody have knives? It won't go through security.
Right.
Let's put them. And all these kids are pulling knives out of their pockets. These 3 homeschool kids almost passed out.
Oh my gosh.
They go, you all have knives? And the one boy goes, well, yeah. And I said, well, the problem is last year I forgot. And when we got to the Capitol, I said we had to hide them in a tree.
Oh my gosh.
In a planter tree.
Yeah.
Because you can't take them in, obviously.
Yeah.
But that was so funny. That is an absolutely fantastic leadership program that the NRA runs.
Mm-hmm.
They run it every year. It's fabulous. It teaches all of the nuts to bolts of being a young leader.
Yeah.
That's what you have power. Just because you're a youth doesn't mean you can't have a voice.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, of course, they have the YHEP program, Youth Hunter Education Challenge, which is for shooting disciplines, animal identification, and hunter-trapper education. And I was an instructor for many, many years. Another fabulous program. It's the education programs that the NRA offers is just out of this world. We just need to get them out there more for people that have no clue.
Right.
But want to get in and get into these things. So we're working really hard I know the new media committee and many of the other things are working. So Amanda Suffolk is doing such a job with media.
She's the man.
She's wonderful. She's just wonderful.
She's great.
She thinks differently. She's an engineer, so she has that different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really coming up with some great ideas to get things out there. And we have a wonderful new gentleman, Joe Peterson, that's working on digital.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting there. We're getting some really great things done. Everybody's feeling very hopeful and very excited.
Yeah.
And of course, we're here at the Great American Outdoor Show, which just is mind-blowing. They had 39,000 people walk in the door yesterday.
Unbelievable.
This is day 2. I can't wait to hear how many people are here.
Yeah, no kidding. Yesterday was swamped.
I know.
So there's going back to the stuff that's going on with the NRA. There's, I hate the NRA bashing. I hated it before. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. But you're one of the people that's making all these changes. And since Doug Hamlin's been in office, there's been a lot of changes going on.
Yes.
And
we're so pleased with his leadership.
Yeah, he's really doing a great job, and they're changing things around. I know there's people that are upset about the magazines. I want to go on record for saying this. I enjoy getting the magazines in the mail. I put them on a pile on my kitchen table. About 8 months later, I will go to that pile. I will flip through it and be like, oh, I want to read this. I want to read this. I want to read this. The ones that I haven't read, I throw out.
Yeah.
And then about 6 months after that, I go back to that same pile of magazines. I'm like, all right, am I going to read this or am I not going to read it? So
I agree. My problem is I take them all to doctor's offices.
oh,
Any place where they have table where there's magazines.
right.
I carry them extra ones in my car.
Oh my God,
I
that's
just
great.
black out my name and leave them behind.
Yep.
I won't have that little tool.
I've done that too. I've cut my name off the cover, and then I'll take them to the range and leave them at the range.
Yep. Although most of my guys are members at my gun club.
Yeah.
And those sweet men built me a beautiful little pistol range so that I'd have better facilities for teaching pistol classes.
Very cool. Very cool.
And you see a lot of that. We're having a little problem right now with, you've heard all the stuff between the foundation and the NRA. So a lot of our grants aren't being taken care of.
I want to get to that in a second. So
Okay,
I want to finish up about the magazines.
Yeah.
So John Petrolino wrote a great article recently, and I'll put a link in the description below. But he wrote a great article on how there's going to be an NRA app.
Yes.
And the magazines are going to be on the app, but there's also going to be discounts and all sorts of other things.
Yes.
And it sounds like things will still be okay. Even though you don't get a physical magazine, you're still going to have access to articles and information. And they're still doing quarterly magazines, if I remember right. So it's not totally gone.
No, it's not totally. And, everything changes with
everything
time.
changes, absolutely.
To step up and keep up with what do you want to call it, Starlink and all the rest of it.
Yeah, magazines are...
We'll adjust.
Yeah.
I think we feel threatened that something we've counted on and enjoyed for so many years is being taken away. It's not being totally taken away. Our problem probably is with people like myself that have white hair and are aging, who don't have the computer skills that some other people have.
Right.
And they're not going to be able to access.
Yeah.
But they're still going to get.
They're still going to get this.
And if they would come to shows, they can pick them up off the counters. Everybody's got booklets out right now.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and money. Like I was speaking with someone the other night, and he said he was had to write an article, but the column he had to write for the paper is 2 months out. Like the deadline's 2 months before it gets published, because it takes a lot of time to publish these things.
Oh, it does. To get everything, get all your articles and get everybody to get their things in on time, and then get the newest from all the industry, and it does. And paper has become so expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so I didn't. You were leading towards. I wanted to go back and hit on the magazines, but you were talking about the fight between the NRA and the NRA Foundation.
It's
and
horribly sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's horribly sad. We were all such a wonderful family, and all working for the same things. But a faction started, quite a while ago, which most people didn't even know was going on until it was so entrenched.
Until it was too late.
So this is very sad. I'm also a trustee on the Whittington Center, and we were hearing rumors that they were going to try to sell the Whittington Center, which is a 33,000-acre prime shooting facility. It's Olympic quality.
Right.
It's hard to get to, and there's not a lot of housing, yes, but it's a jewel. So I'm very happy that the NRA owns that outright. There's not going to be any danger of that happening.
Good deal.
But we have not received any of our grant money. Little tiny pieces here and there that really aren't making a lot of difference.
Mm-hmm.
Just at the opening night ceremony, we normally hand out the Pennsylvania grants. And there was people there that get those grants, Hunters Sharing the Harvest.
Yeah.
They get a grant every year to help pay the butcher bill, which is huge. This is a big hunting state. And you can take your deer to these assigned butchers, and they will butcher that animal and and keep it and then it gets transferred to a food bank or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And they got a grant from the NRA to help with those butcher bills. And then there was the Dauphin Police Department. They were there. They have a big canine unit. They always get a grant for their canine unit, which takes a lot of money to keep dogs on the ground and trained and so forth. They came anyway because they love and believe in the NRA. But I felt so bad. And the one sheriff I talked to, I said, I'm so pleased that you're still here. He said, we love you people, and we know you're going through tough times. We are here for you. Mm-hmm. And I thought that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because some people would just come for their check and would walk out. Not these people. They're attached to us.
For sure.
So I felt very bad that we weren't able to do any of that. I'm also chair of the women's programs. Mm-hmm. And we're having, as you know, we're having a dessert party on Friday. We had to raise our own money to actually make that happen. Wow. To pay for the caterer, right, to set up a booth, to buy little items, mm-hmm. Because we didn't get our budget. I'm seeing it over and over and over again. Yeah. Staff people who work a program, their little cut of their salary that would come for working that program isn't there. I don't want to say too much because a lot of the people that are now over there, I absolutely loved them. Yeah. 5 years ago. I thought they were the most wonderful people, their leadership and their strength and their knowledge. I don't understand. I wish someone could tell me what happened to their mentality that they have turned on the mother company like this. It's just, I just don't understand. But I don't want to be part of that. I want to be part of the rebuild. I want to be part of the solutions. I have lots and lots of contacts after all the years I've been working and been a volunteer. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to bring them all to the table to help us out.
That's good.
And so are thousands of other volunteers doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We will be successful. And I love to say, I am Janet Nyce, and I am the NRA.
I love it. Well, that is a great place to wrap it up. How can everybody find you and all the stuff that you're up to? How can everybody find the NRA? All the socials.
Oh, how can they find the NRA?
Yeah.
Just go Google it.
Just Google it, right? It's
Heck
not that
yeah,
hard.
it's easy to find.
It's easy.
And you can. It's easy to find. It's everywhere. And if you have a specific thing, put in your Google basic gun workshop near me, and then you put in, and they pop right up. Mm. You can reach out and touch me. You know, nice. Can you hear me now? Heck yeah.
I like the NRA stuff. I as a certified instructor in Massachusetts, we have specific classes, and people don't know the other groups. People don't know, if you're not a gun person, you're not going to know about Second Amendment Foundation or USCCA or any of the other groups that are out there.
National Shooting Sports Foundation.
Yeah, you're not going to know
Gun
what
Owners
these things
of America, on and on and
all
on.
of them. You're not going to know what they are until, like, NRA is I hate saying it's the gateway drug.
Oh, it's the premier. Come on.
It is. No, it for sure
Let's
is.
Let's just say it out loud. It's the diamond at the top of the pile.
Absolutely. And everybody needs to be a member. Everyone needs to support them and get training through them. And we're going to, I have a strict policy on U-turns. If we can pull a U-turn and nobody else hits the brakes, we shall do it.
I see nothing. I hear
Mom
nothing.
is the word. Oh, great. Isn't that a cop right there? Oh, wonderful.
Looking in his rearview mirror.
Right.
See if he moves.
Caution. He did put his blinker on. He didn't put his blinker on until he started to move, though. So that's all right. Anyway, thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, Charlie, thanks for having me.
This was great.
This was so much fun.
This was. We're going to put some links to all the NRA stuff below. If you are not a member of the NRA, you can join on the link below. If you're not a member of the Second Amendment Foundation, you can join there as well. You should join the U.S. Law Shield. It's legal defense for self-defense. You should check out Patriot Mobile. For both of those, use the discount code RSWC. And if you made it this far, you should share it with your friends because this is how we get the stagecoach across America. Thank you so much for being on. We will see you guys next time.